What's up, my fellow Trashinators, and welcome back to another episode of Good Figures. I disappeared again, had an identity crisis, and I'm feeling very creative right now. So I'm gonna be able to do this, get some content out for you. I know it's not Friday, and it's Monday. It's just past midnight, but I have content ready for you. And I'm ready to create. So the main thing that kicked off this video being made is that I finally redid Nova, my main character, for my what's the word for it? I was just thinking of it. Basically, my main story as an artist I'm known for. It's gonna be my first story I want to make. I want to make sure it's as good as I can possibly make it. That's why it's taken so long. Even though I've been barely drawing for 10 years. That's not a lot of time for someone to get into art, get the skills, and just make something. Especially of this scale for a first time project. But I got it. I've done a lot of the references for the other characters. I'm very happy about those. Though I do want to make a new Claudius reference, because his is very old. And I miss drawing him. He's very easy to draw. But Nova, for the longest time, he was so plain, so normal looking. And today I finally understood what I needed to do. So I was like, hey, if he's basically a stand-in for me, my experience, go full ham on that. And add a little bit more Jujutsu Kaisen flavoring. Not because of Gojo. I meant just general aesthetic flavoring from other characters. That's actually one of the other things I wanted to do. Sorry, I forgot that we're talking about him. But he's also an inspiration for Nova. But I just want to get out of the way. The main reason I redesigned Nova, besides making him less boring looking, is that Gojo looked like him a lot in the later end of the manga. As of this recording, it's still ongoing, and I'm not going to mention any spoilers, but he got a new outfit. Technically, he also looked a little bit like Nova before that, but I just couldn't handle it. I'm not exactly sure when I came up for the idea of Nova, but I knew it was around 2018, 2019, and I know that's when Jujutsu Kaisen sort of popped up, or was getting traction in the manga scene. And I'm sure the mentioning of a new strongest character was the one thing that influenced me. Because back then is when I started getting to power scaling. So that's where Nova came from. And so many years later, I'm finally making him into a story sort of based on what I've been through and sort of what I want to get through. And I can't wait to show you all that. But that's for a couple years. So with that preamble out of the way about how I'm feeling creative and I made a big breakthrough with my own story, let's talk about one I had a couple weekends ago, in which I bought Storm Collectibles Yujiro at Saratoga Comic-Con. I feel comfortable saying that since it's far away enough from where I live. But don't be weird. It's just a Comic-Con I go to when it's happening. And the Sunday that it was open, I went to it in my John Wick cosplay. I actually talked to a coworker about it, because yeah, I do that now. I talk to my coworkers and I actually, communicate. I've made some friends there. I'm very happy about that. I've made some progress as a person. So I talked to him and I was like, oh hey, I'm going to Saratoga Comic Con. I think that's cool. Because he was mentioning if I had anything fun, and he was like, oh cool, I'm going too. I'm going both days. And I was like, oh, I'm going Sunday. I hope I see you there. And he was like, yeah. I didn't see him there. He left at 2. I got there at 3. And I just spent like an hour looking for him for no reason. Of course, during that, I was looking at all the stuff that was there, hopefully finding... My main thing I was going there to look for was Magmatron. Because after seeing the photos comparisons, I was so excited because I thought, oh my god, he's gigantic. I want him. He's so weird. But no. I found something not equally large, but relatively large and weird. And that is Storm Collectibles Baki. Now, if you've seen my Instagram, you know I got this thing. My mom even talked to me about it. So I'm pretty excited that everyone pretty much knows who looks at my Instagram. And I want to shout the person who gave me this, Ozzy Collectibles. Thank you again so much. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have gotten this guy. $200 well spent. And I can't wait to see you in November. So I'll put his Instagram in the description below, just so you can guys look at him and show him some support. So yeah, here he is. It feels good to do this again. I feel a lot better. I'm definitely more tired than I was last time, but I feel better mentally. I've worked through some stuff. So yeah, here he is in my most convincing pose that he's not a toy. I don't know. I'm very amateurish about action figure posing. I tried to get a good pose with my Optimus, my War for Cybertron Optimus once, just to show off. Took it. The pose was good. He actually looked good in the pose. I just didn't photograph him well. And I'm pretty sure my feet were in it, so... Not like that they're hard to find, but I'm not going to do it willingly on a photo for everyone to see. So yeah. Here he is. I'm so excited. Also, I found it weird that they sculpted him with the demon back. I know it's the most logical solution, other than just giving him multiple abdomens like they did with the Kengan figures, which were definitely a middling. I guess they were a mid answer to the wanting to keep the sculpting looking authentic while still having the posability. So yeah, he is great. He is great. This is my first Storm Collectibles figure, and I can see why everyone wants this, and I can see why the prices are so expensive. I'm not sure if you're still watching this, Ozzy, but if you could try and hook me up with a Baki, that'd be great, but I'll also be looking for one as well. So, just to be sure, don't try and hold out hope for me. I'm not even sure if I'm going to be there. I'm going to try, but just don't go out of your way looking for a Baki. But if you happen to come across a couple, leave them out and I'll probably buy one. Especially the exclusive. But I don't want you to be my toy hookup guy. I just think you're cool and I wouldn't mind finishing out the set with you as my supplier for this. So yeah. Besides that, let's just get into the accessories, because there are a lot. And most of them are hands. The next closest thing are heads. Also, you might be noticing the song in the background. I tried buying a royalty-free song. Did not work. It was declined for some reason. I don't know why they didn't let it go through. I usually do this stuff late at night, buying stuff like this. But yeah. I'll probably get a phone call about it later today, so yeah. Let's just get into the accessories. Technically, his pants no, I think it was just his pants are one. I forgot his shirt is over here. Here's his shirt, with my hair, like usual. There's his shirt facing forward. I'm not going to put it on him because it takes a while, but you can look up photos. There's some pretty good photographers out there. There's this one I've been looking at. He was like my main inspiration just because they showed off their articulation super well. So here it is. And here are all the accessories. He came with his comm head with his hair all down. Honestly, his angry face and his calm face have the best hair sculpt. Like, it looks just like him. Or at least how I imagine. There's his calm face. Here's his iconic shocked face. Either when he got walked out on by Muhammad Ali Jr. or by Motive. And here's his just angry face. I have his smiling face on him right now. There we go. Then he also came with some open hands. They're all very squishy, which I thought it was weird, but it makes sense since most of him is squishy. But it comes with open hands. Honestly, all of them are open besides some pointing hands and some technically karate chop hands, or closed in a sense. But yeah, there's just a lot of, I guess you can have just grabby open hands, splayed open hands, like action fighting grabby hands, and just head patting hands, which I feel like are a weird inclusion, but I guess this is specifically for this season. Also, yeah, since we last talked, or I made a video, the trailer for the Baki and Kengan Ashura movie came out. I'm very scared. I'm not sure if anyone higher up in Netflix is going to be watching this. And I doubt they even care if they are. But someone check on the studio that's making Baki. I'm deeply scared for the conditions they're under. Especially for such a, like, it's like the most popular martial arts manga franchise ever. Dragon Ball doesn't count. It's no longer martial arts. It's a shonen. It's very clearly just a shonen now. It's the pioneer of the transformation, but yeah. Someone please do like a rain check on the Baki anime studio. I'm very scared at the conditions they're under. Because the speed at which they're producing this and the amount of animation mistakes and just general flung off content I've seen is staggering. The fact they make a half decent product with what I'm assuming are bad but not awful conditions is pretty impeccable. But that doesn't mean I'm like accepting of it. Besides that, he comes with bare feet. Yeah, that's the thing. He just has bare feet. They didn't have to do it, but I guess since he comes naked with his underwear, which by the way, I was disappointed that he didn't have like animal print underwear. Like that's all he wears. That's his thing. Whenever he's just in his underwear or like a Speedo, it's animal print. But no, they have to go with black. It's weird. So yeah, that's all the accessories. Still can't believe I actually have this guy. Can't wait to get Baki. Hopefully both of them, but I'm not gonna count my blessings. I'm not gonna, whatever. I know I'm gonna get the normal one, but if I can, I would love to have the battle damage one. And considering it's an exclusive, I hope it's not the last one, because they did say 3, but I don't think they planned that far ahead. It's been a while since I've actually gone looking for like Storm Collectible Baki leaks or whatever, like I did with Yujiro. I was one of the first people to know that was going to happen, because I saw a leak in a magazine on the internet where they showed off a product concept photo. So yeah. So here he is. I'm not gonna take off his pants, by the way, but it is easy. Just take off his feet, and I didn't know this, but his belt here, his waistband, has pins on the back and the front, just so he can take it off. I thought it was one piece, haha, but I did think it was a singular tube of fabric because I didn't look hard enough in the photos beforehand. So that was a pleasant surprise. Like, it does look weird at times because it just for the way it was sewed on, it just looks weird. And plus the sculpt doesn't help because it's angled, so it constantly shows off the pants under the band while also showing the excess on the back. So that's the only thing I actually don't like. That's the only thing I don't like about him. He's perfect in every sense of the word otherwise. Scale, posing, sculpt, everything. It's beautiful. I could nitpick and say that there's not as much painting as I like. Like, the face painting is great, but the hair looks lackluster. Especially for someone who canonically puts oil in his hair to slick it back. It's kind of not shiny. Like, there's definitely like a slickness to it, just cause, but it's kind of plain in that aspect. But that's just a now found nitpick. So yeah, let's with that, let's get to scale. Alright. I got two I thought would fit well. Just your average Marvel Legends scale. Here is Yujiro next to Vulcan. Yeah, he's absolutely massive. This is 6 inches. He's probably like closer to 8 or like 7.5. This is crazy. And here is just cause my jujutsu Kaisen obsession officially turned into a hyperfixation. Though that might change next week, depending on how it goes. For those who are caught up, you know. And I have my own ideas on what's happening. Specifically that it might be Urume. If you notice the right side of the image, the hair is particularly angled. So, yeah. But just because Jujutsu Kaisen has officially taken over my life, and I can't stop thinking about it, this song is a part of that. Hopefully it's not copywritten. So, here is Sukuna in Yuji's Baji. Yeah, I bought the Sukuna compatible in this line. I was gonna just pop it off at the base of the head because there's a neck joint and a head joint. I thought, oh, it was probably just gonna be like an old action figure where you just pop off the head joint like Yujiro at the ball joint on top if it does have a neck joint, but no. It pops off at the neck, which is really smart. I really like that. So yeah, that's how I got this. I was gonna go to Target today because there's a Yuji there, and there was a Batman Nightfall version. I want that, but if given the chance, I would love to have another body of Yuji, just so it could be Sukuna. And maybe even I might customize it, because I want to get back into customizing, but the two things I want to customize are pretty heavy endeavors. my other one is that I want to make a custom of my Star Wars Sona, which is a Trandoshan Mandalorian, which will be a lot. Thankfully, I already have I have the snow-covered Din Djarin. I've been using that as a stand-in whenever I play with my toys, because, ooh, I play with toys. Grow up. It's not that weird. It's plastic men. Grow up. Anyway, so yeah, here is Sukuna next to Yujiro. Sukuna solos. Come on. The best thing that's, honestly, not even that. Sukuna and Yujiro have near perfect reaction time and speed feats. That's the only thing holding them at all in this thing. It's like this, but think of Yuji as like down here. Alright, that's the only thing keeping them somewhat equal. So yeah, here they are, size comparison. Not in scale, really. Not really, because me and Yujiro are the same height. Alright, I'm gonna stop trying to say I'm 6'4". I'm probably just 6'3". Alright, we're the same height. This isn't accurate. Yuji's probably like 5'8", 5'11". This isn't accurate at all, so. But that's how it is. Storm Collectibles is scaled a lot larger than usual 1/12 figures, so be aware. That's caused me a lot of sleepless nights when these figures were releasing. That's gonna be my only pet peeve with Baki. Is that he's gonna be a bit smaller. He's gonna be a bit bigger than I'd like. But whatever. So let's get into posing. So as I showed you earlier, he has a head joint and a neck joint, but I just realized that. His chest is soft, so he has a neck joint that assists in his posing. Ow. He has sharp hair. So that's just about straight. And here we have arms. They go everywhere. Yep. And then bicep. Double jointed elbows that go over 90 degrees, which is impressive for a man with such large arms. And then you have your typical hand joint, hinge with 2 swivels. Sadly, because of the softness of the hands, it does come off pretty easily. I should also mention that the heads are particularly hard to get on, just because it seems like the ball joint, I might have gotten it backwards, but some part of Yujiro is a bit too big for some of the accessories to go on, so just keep that in mind. And then you have a ball joint at the diaphragm. It's not that strong because it's soft, so there's not you're not actually holding onto a solid piece of plastic that has a joint in it. There's a joint with plastic, there's plastic around it. And then there's a swivel at the waist, and then the legs can go pretty far for just any figure, but for Yujiro, it's pretty mid. I'm gonna keep using that. But if you want it more accurate, you can just put the other leg down. Just because I think this is my favorite pose of him. Doing an axe kick, because I have done martial arts before. I dropped out. This is my favorite, especially when Katsuki Tagaki adds the little toe thing, he's extra putting some height into it just to hurt you even more. I love it. It's my favorite. If I ever get if I ever just get a new display, because I mentioned that in my last video, I no longer have a display for my figures besides the more important ones over there on the rest of the desk. I'm definitely going to put Yujiro up there doing an axe kick on Baki. Also, my favorite pose in general for like Ketsuki Tagaki's martial arts manga is when they like stand like this. Just naturally, they're not in a martial arts stance. They just stand like that. I love it. I love it. Pelvis forward, head back, arms outstretched. It's my favorite. I love it so much. I want to do it. I want to stand like that, but my arms aren't like long enough, or like my torso's too long. So if I have my pelvis out and I try and get my hands out, it just looks like I'm leaning back. But that's not what this is. This is just a way people stand in Baki. Like, oh, you think you're so strong. I love Baki so much. I hate that my hyperfixation is dead. My love for it is the exact same, but the fixation is gone. It's onto another. With a crimson-haired protagonist that I might mention. With a crimson-haired villain who likes to fight and eat things. That, I don't know why I did the air quotations with that. But yeah. Thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. I wish those could go a bit farther, but it is slightly more than 90 degrees. And then just, again, typical ankle and toe joint. So yeah, that is Storm Collectibles Yujiro. Until I get him, he's not going to leave my mind. But yeah, there he is. An absolute masterpiece of a figure. I kind of want to get a second because I already got like some chocolate on his pants. You can't really see it on camera, but you can definitely see it in person. Just because of that, I want to get another one, just to keep in the box. Or at least put his clothes on, have him in standing with his hands in his pocket, and then just put it on the box and just keep it up there. I love Baki so much. It'll be my obscure piece of media. Obscure. It's very popular in martial arts manga circles, but outside of that, it's not that well known. Probably the most well-known thing about it is that they're gonna make a recreation of the underground arena under the actual Tokyo Dome. That's a project they're doing. It'll be finished in a couple of years from now. So yeah, by the time Supernova's out, the dome will be too, and I'll be posing there, having fun. Cause I don't think I'll be able to travel anytime soon, especially out of the country. I probably can't even go see BOA in New York City. I'm pretty sure the tickets are sold out, but I haven't checked it since they announced they were adding more tickets to the concert. But I might check it. It might still be open, and I'll buy a ticket. But besides that, I have nothing else to say when it comes to this absolute masterpiece and my other thoughts, because I did it. I made a normal video without having a mental breakdown, and I couldn't be happier. I'm not sure it's because it's the caffeine, because I've been drinking a Mega Monster, or just because I'm feeling really good. It's my day off, and I decided to sleep in, eat, and just love something so much you want to make more. Don't take that out of context, but yeah, that's it. I have nothing else to say. I'm very proud of myself right now. So yeah, that's it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. No more of that. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention in a video, but I set a deadline for my rebrand. June 10th is when I will be rebranding no matter what. So if I don't get the Marvel Legends Spider-Man 2 Dr. Octopus done, I'm gonna get that video where I get the rebrand done. So yeah. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!